Stop scrolling for a moment and listen carefully, because this might just be the most important message you hear today. Life isn't about luck. It's not about who you know or where you started. It's about who you become when no one's watching. Winning isn't an event. It's a mindset. And if you truly want to win, you've got to rewire the way you think, the way you act, and the way you respond to pain. I'm Tony Robbins, and today we're going to talk about the art of winning, not by chance, but by choice. Everything changes the moment you decide. That's where winning begins, not when the crowd cheers, not when someone validates you, but in the silent, private decision to no longer accept average. You have to understand something in your life is a direct reflection of the standards you set for yourself. Most people don't lose because they lack potential. They lose because they tolerate too little, expect too little, demand too little from themselves. When you finally say, enough, that's the moment you awaken the giant inside you. Winning isn't luck, it's alignment. It's about aligning your beliefs, your habits, and your energy with the version of yourself that's already winning. The mind creates the path long before the body walks it. Every breakthrough in your life will begin with a mental shift from hoping to deciding, from wishing to committing. You've got to become obsessed with progress. Winners live in a state of constant elevation. They don't settle, they don't pause, and they don't beg for permission. The world respects those who act like their vision is non-negotiable. You want to win. Start acting like the outcome already belongs to you. When you make that decision with full conviction, you've already separated yourself from 99% of people. Failure isn't the enemy, indifference is. People are terrified of failure because they think it means they're not enough. But what if failure was the greatest teacher you'll ever have? Every time you fall, you're collecting data, refining your path, sharpening your focus. Winners don't run from failure. They use it as feedback. They understand that the pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts a lifetime. Every failure is simply a mirror showing you what still needs to grow inside of you. The ones who succeed aren't immune to failure. They're immune to being destroyed by it. They fall, they get bruised, but they never lose their hunger. Failure, when embraced, becomes a weapon. It humbles you, strengthens you, and forces you to evolve beyond who you were yesterday. Every great victory is born from a series of painful lessons. The question isn't, will I fail, but will I rise when I do? Because the truth is, success hides behind the door of failure, and only those willing to knock again and again ever find out what's on the other side. Discipline isn't punishment, it's freedom. It's the bridge between intention and impact, between wanting and having. Everyone wants success, but very few are willing to commit to the repetition that success demands. The truth is, consistency beats intensity every single time. Anyone can show up strong once. The question is, can you show up when it's boring, when it's painful, when no one's clapping? Winners train themselves to fall in love with the process, not the applause. Discipline isn't about perfection, it's about commitment. It's saying, I'll do it even when I don't feel like it. Because your emotions can't run your life. Your standards must. Every great achiever has mastered the art of doing what others avoid. They've learned that the reward doesn't come from instant gratification, but from sustained effort. When you wake up early, push past comfort, and refuse excuses, you're sending a message to your subconscious. I am in control. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, you build momentum. And momentum is power. It's not about being the best today. It's about becoming unstoppable tomorrow. Energy is everything. You can have all the strategies, all the tools, all the knowledge, but if your energy is off, nothing works. The difference between people who live extraordinary lives and those who merely survive isn't talent, it's state. Winners know how to shift their emotional and physical state at will. You can't operate at a high level with low energy. Your focus, your creativity, your power, they all depend on the energy you bring into each moment. And here's the truth. Energy doesn't just happen to you. You generate it. You create it by moving your body, by changing your focus, by feeding your mind with something empowering instead of toxic noise. The world is full of people waiting to feel ready. Winners don't wait. They prime themselves to feel ready. They take control of their physiology, their thoughts, their environment. Because when your energy is strong, you become magnetic. opportunities, people, and ideas start flowing to you. The key is to protect your energy like your life depends on it, because it does. If you learn how to manage your state, you can master your destiny. Everything changes when you stop reacting to the world and start radiating from within. Pain is the greatest teacher you'll ever have, but most people run from it instead of learning from it. The truth is, pain is feedback. It's life's way of saying something needs to change. When you shift your mindset from, why is this happening to me, to what is this trying to teach me, everything changes. Growth doesn't happen in comfort, it happens in resistance. Think about it. Muscles don't grow without strain, diamonds don't form without pressure, and character doesn't develop without challenge. Every time you go through a painful experience, you have two choices. You can suffer or you can grow, and that choice determines who you become. The people who thrive aren't the ones who avoid pain. They're the ones who use it as fuel. They turn heartbreak into hunger, rejection into redirection, and struggle into strategy. Pain gives you perspective. It strips away the superficial and reconnects you to what truly matters. When you can embrace your pain, not as punishment, but as preparation, you step into power. The same fire that burns can forge you, if you choose to let it. The people you surround yourself with are the single greatest influence on your destiny. Energy is contagious. And if you spend your time with people who drain you, distract you, or doubt you, you'll eventually become like them. You cannot soar with eagles if you keep walking with turkeys. Look at your circle. Are these people pushing you to grow or keeping you comfortable? Are they celebrating your wins or secretly hoping you fail? The truth is, environment is stronger than willpower. You can have the best mindset in the world, but if your surroundings are toxic, you'll struggle to sustain progress. Winners understand this. They curate their environment ruthlessly. They seek out mentors, thinkers, and warriors who elevate their standards. They spend time around people who talk about ideas, not gossip, solutions, not excuses. The goal isn't to be the smartest person in the room. It's to be in the rooms where you're forced to rise higher. If you want to change your life, start by changing your proximity, because who you walk with determines how far you go. And when you surround yourself with greatness, it becomes impossible to stay small. Success isn't about how much you can do. It's about how deeply you can do what truly matters. We live in a world addicted to speed, noise, and constant motion, yet the people who win are the ones who learn to slow down and go deep. Deep work is the ultimate competitive advantage in this distracted age. It's the ability to focus without interruption on something that moves your life forward, your craft, your purpose, your vision. Every ping, every scroll, every notification steals a piece of your potential. Focus is power, and most people give theirs away cheaply. When you train your mind to go deep, you separate yourself from 99% of the world. Because while everyone else is busy reacting, you're creating. While they chase attention, you're mastering your mission. Discipline your attention like a muscle. Eliminate what doesn't serve you and give your best energy to what does. The moment you learn to protect your focus, you become unstoppable. You stop being pulled by distractions and start being driven by intention. True success is built not in scattered moments of productivity, but in hours of undistracted creation. Go deep and the world will follow. You are not your past. You are the decisions you make today. So many people are trapped by the weight of their history, replaying old mistakes, reliving old failures, and wondering why they can't move forward. But here's the truth. Your past only has power if you keep giving it permission. Every moment you spend looking backward is a moment stolen from your future. The power to redefine your story is in your hands right now. Forgive yourself. Let go of the guilt, the pain, the failures, the broken dreams. They were never meant to define you. They were meant to refine you. You can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one. Every champion has a past that could have destroyed them, but they made a choice to rise. You can do the same. The day you decide to no longer be a prisoner of your past is the day you reclaim your freedom. You stop asking, why me? And start declaring, watch me. Your history doesn't dictate your destiny. Your habits, your mindset, and your commitment do. The moment you shift your focus from what was to what can be, you become unstoppable. The truth is, nobody's coming to save you. And that's the most liberating realization you can ever have when you finally stop waiting for permission, approval, or support, you step into your real power. The people who win in life don't rely on external validation. They create their own momentum. You have to understand your goals, your dreams, your growth, or your responsibility.